Welcome back, everyone, to Many Last Words. I believe this is our fifth episode. We're going to be talking about Week 5 with the NFL with Peyton, and I'm going to briefly touch on the Chicago Cubs' performance thus far in the National League Divisional Series against the Milwaukee Brewers. Down 0-2, backs against the wall, back in Chicago. We'll see how it goes. So, without further ado, we'll get straight into the good stuff, the NFL with Peyton. And here we go. All right, everybody, welcome to week 5 of the Many Last Words podcast. We're going to go over some games. We got Peyton back on the call. I got Sonny biting my feet. It's business as usual, although this is the first time we're meeting under certain circumstances. Peyton, how you feeling today?
At best, I'm all right, man. At best. Uh, in my personal life, I'm winning. Got a beautiful girl, good job, lovely house, a home to live in, clothes on my back. I'm more than blessed. In this world that we call football, turmoil, a smack in the face, deserved smack in the face. We needed this,
Hmm.
but we'll get into that in a second.
Hmm.
How are you, Bill?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm in an era of my life where I'm sleeping super well, which is not always.
Oh,
So I'm taking advantage of that whenever I can.
lucky.
I'm I do like I'm usually super late, like a night owl. I'll go to
Hmm.
sleep at 1. The second lately, I've been feeling tired. I just go straight to sleep. So I've been going to sleep at 11:30,
Yeah.
waking up at like 8, feeling totally refreshed. Just taking full advantage of this because I know it doesn't last.
Do you? So the last like maybe year and a half, 2 years, since Victoria's one of her best friends pointed out that she always wakes up at the same time every day in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. For whatever reason, it must have triggered something in my brain. Dog, I literally wake up every single day in the middle of the night and have to go pee. And like obviously, also it doesn't help. Excuse me, if I have a little nightcap, little glass of wine. Oh,
Right.
what's up, Sonny? Little glass of wine. Maybe an old fashioned if I have that right before bed. That doesn't help.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I've been noticing every day at like 2 or 3 a.m. me going to have to go to the bathroom, and it kind of sucks.
Yeah, it
I,
does.
I miss just being able to sleep right on through like a little slumbering baby.
But is it always like an attack on you as soon as you wake up? You're like, damn, I gotta go.
No, no,
No?
it's not like super like it's one of those things where it's like I could probably force myself back to sleep, and then I'll probably wake up again in the middle of the night. So it's like, or it'll take me longer to go back to sleep because it'll be on my mind, like, hey, you should just go to the bathroom.
Hmm.
So I just force myself up the first time I wake up now at this point because it's been happening so many times in a row where I'm just like, all right, whatever, just let me just force it. But now I also feel like because I did that, I've created a precedent in my body where it knows, oh, I can wake the Peyton up. I'm talking to myself about third person, and get him to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
So I got to retrain myself, man. It's not good.
I feel like I've gotten really good at like timing out when to stop drinking water because I'm a chronic water drinker throughout the day. I
Hmm.
go through like 5 or 6 of my hydro flasks throughout the day. I usually cut it off like an hour before going to bed, and that's good to go for me for the rest of the night.
You're
Because
so lucky.
I was kind of like you for a while, where I would just wake up at like 3 in the morning, just had to pee, and like I tried not to turn on the lights so that I wouldn't like get the sleep out of me.
Oh yeah, I literally never turn on the lights, but then I end up still being up for an hour
Hmm.
after I go to the bathroom. So it's like, what do I do?
Yeah, it's tough. TUFF, tough. But
Yeah, it is what it is, man.
it is what it is. I'm taking advantage of what I got now.
Could be worse.
It could be worse. Besides that, I booked a trip to go home to see my aunt get married
Ooh,
in a
nice.
couple weeks. So I'm excited to be home for a little bit. Spend a Sunday out there, watch some games, maybe hit up the Hollywood Casino. Um, and besides that, I got my birthday coming up on Saturday. I'm kind of am stoked, kind of am not stoked. I don't love getting older. I'm in the big 3-0.
Big 3-0.
It is what it is. I think that's just the theme of this pod. It is what it
It
is.
is what it is. It's gonna be the episode name. It is what it is.
Hmm.
Where is and for the folks at home, we always have our pod guides to keep us in order. I'm not seeing this one.
It's at the very top.
Week 4?
Oh, nuts. No, hold on. Let me send you this in the chat.
Thank you,
I
sir.
apologize.
It's okay, folks. Technical difficulties never hurts anybody.
This is the way to
Um,
go about it, where we're open communication.
you're always going to know what's going on with us.
That's right.
But no, I had an okay last couple days. We'll have a better. Um, can you send it to? Actually, that's fine. That's fine. I have it on my phone. Um, other than that, man, you want to share the news to the fans at home that have been praying for Fran?
Oh, that's right. Fran got promoted. She is now a mate at Trader Joe's. I forgot that time has
Woo!
passed. Yes. So today's day two of her being I guess, an assistant manager at one of the stores. Um, she was super happy to get it. I knew she would. So I think my reaction was a little underwhelming for her, but hey, I'm just expecting greatness out of my lady, out of my kitty, and out of myself ultimately. So this whole family's going up.
Hell yeah, brother.
And I
So happy for you guys. So
just
happy
call it
for the
family.
yeah, that's cute.
That's what it is.
You've already been shopping for something on that hand, so it is a family.
We're looking. We got a wandering eye.
We are going to start this week with the Bears.
The Chicago Bears have not lost because they didn't play. It's the bye week. I don't have very much to say. It was nice to have a weekend of football, just pressure free, just watching however the games go.
Hmm.
Rooting on your Eagles, all the teams of my friends, just
Appreciate that.
seeing what happens, how things lay out. Um, yeah, man, what a freeing feeling to not have like any emotional, like hard emotional
Yeah.
weight on a game.
I'll even feel that way on Thursday after the Eagles play.
Mhm.
That like on Sunday I won't have any like stress or anything because like hopefully they win on Thursday and
Mhm.
then literally the weekend I just don't have to think about my brain can just be off. It's kind of a similar feeling for as a week as a bye
Ye-
week.
Yeah, the when you got that Thursday game and you win, it's great. It reminds me of it was that 2020 season when the Bears played the Buccaneers and Tom Brady forgot it was fourth down.
Hmm.
That was the Thursday game before my birthday. So my birthday
Mm.
fell on that Sunday too, so I just got to chill and I was all happy.
Because they just have a
That's
good time.
that's about to be you.
Crazy what hey, thank you. Crazy what we do and how we feel after a loss
Hmm.
versus after a win. And I can touch into that. Is there any other questions or
Anything
statements you want
about
to
the
make
Bears?
about the Bears? Yeah.
Just sending healing thoughts so we can get healthy.
Hmm.
And I think it is absolutely imperative for us to come back and win versus Washington. Not so much for the whole narrative of what happened last season or whatever. I'm kind of on the same boat as Ben Johnson. Like that's a different team. That was Eberflus's, you know, whatever he had going on.
Hmm.
But more importantly, Peyton, would you like to take a wild guess and try and think of the last time the Bears won coming off a bye?
You had mentioned it on the pod a few pods ago. Um, Let me see if I can guess the quarterback. I don't know if I'll guess the year, but let me see if I can guess the quarterback. Has it been since Jay Cutler?
It was Jay Cutler.
2016.
No.
What year?
2013.
Damn.
2013, we beat the Packers coming off the bye. And we were still in high school.
2013. Forest Hills Drive
2013.
just came out.
It's crazy.
That is nuts.
So if Ben could like if there's any sort of message you can send to us fans that he's got the ship going the right way, it's to break that streak because it's a worse streak than like our playoff drought, you know?
I mean, no, literally. Like that's not good at all.
No. Well, having an extra week to
13
prepare.
years. Yeah, you have an extra week to get right. While that other team potentially does not. That's crazy.
Literally since Lovey Smith. Lovey Smith was the only one that would win off the bye. No Mark Trestman, no John Fox, Matt Nagy, Eberflus.
It's an indictment on because that's literally just coaching at that point.
Yep. They've gotten it wrong 4 times in a row.
Wow. I hate to hear that for you. So, wait, who do you guys have after the bye?
Washington on Monday night. So our
Oh,
podcast bookends both sides of the NFL
ooh,
season, week
nice,
rather.
nice, nice, nice. And then I think we have you the week after, right? Or no?
The Bears play the Eagles, I believe, on Black Friday. So we got a few
Ooh,
weeks for
yeah,
that.
you're right. You're right. You're right. Almost like a month. I can't wait for that one.
It'll be fun.
It'll be division in the pod.
That's right. It'll be things will get dicey on that episode.
Oh yeah. Any
But
other statements on your guys?
um no. I'm just happy to be alive, happy to be a part of this community of football. That's I'm
That's all.
happy to.
That's a bye week thought right there.
Yep. Sip my coffee and watch the things happen.
Yeah.
So all right, I think we can move on to what is unfortunately the first loss of the Eagle season.
Kind
First
of
of
dreading.
probably a few.
Yeah.
Very few, I should say, not a few, but few losses. Eagles are a good team, Peyton. Don't worry. This is bound to happen at some point. Um, I was watching the whole, the highlight reel because I was kind of paying attention in real time. I was going back and forth between home, the gym, going to the driving range. I was taking advantage of my bye week also, but
Hmm.
kept an eye on this game. And I think it can speak a lot to what you had mentioned were some of the shortcomings of the I don't know why this TV just turned on randomly. Of some of the shortcomings that the Eagles have with cornerbacks.
Yep.
Bo Nix was taking advantage and hitting some good passes down the field. So just want to see if you wanted to build off of that. Is there what's the path going forward for the Eagles?
Yeah, man. So thank you for teeing it up. This team um was due for a loss, and I'm happy it's happening now and not in the playoffs. Um, excuse me. I would always much rather take your lumps in a random week 5 game. Um, the Denver Broncos had the locker room looking like a smoke machine just went off because they were all lighting up cigars in week 5. This was their Super Bowl. This is just week 5 for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Hmm.
Let's make that abundantly clear. Now, you can only go 1-0 each week. So I definitely understand how important each week can be. We're not lighting up cigars if we had beaten the Denver Broncos. Sean Payton, what are you doing? Denver Broncos players, what are you doing? But that out of the way, our team is built on our O line and our D line. A lot of teams around the league, Cincinnati comes to mind, even what Baker's doing down there in Tampa, which is working for him. But a very like receiver heavy or running back heavy. Our team now is built with our trenches in mind. Very expensive O line, very expensive D line. Going to be expensive D line when Jalen Carter gets his contract, as well as Jordan Davis gets his contract. Um, we invest a lot of draft capital and money into our offense and defensive line, and in doing so, we expect a return.
Hmm.
Our O line, and see, I'm not one of those guys. You're not going to ever see me get up on the pod and blame injuries, blame the refs. You're not going to see that. We're getting beat. If you're able to strap up and go out there and play, you're healthy.
Yeah.
You're healthy. I don't want to hear it. Otherwise, don't play. We're getting beat on the O line and the D line. Jalen Carter needs to get into better shape. Should have came into the season in better shape. He should have taken his Georgia teammate Jordan Davis's advice last season as well as this season about making sure that he's getting on the Peloton and being in shape. Jordan Davis looks great. Jalen Carter, supposed to be our leader of our defense, does not.
Hmm.
Um, it's unfortunate to see us get beat at the game that we normally do to other teams. But that's what we need, man. We need a slap in the face, especially at home. Let the fans see it. Let the fans feel it.
Yeah.
Be mad about it. I like that. I like our fans booing when we have 6 like straight 3 and out punts. The only scoring drive was a play that Jalen Hurts drew up in the dirt for Saquon on a wheel route
Right.
up the right sideline. Cortland Sutton, big body receiver, reminds me of AJ.
Hmm.
Just picking and choosing what he wants to do for each route. But that's what happens when you have a competent offensive play caller in Sean Payton and design plays and routes and concepts to get your star players open. Kevin Patula, offense coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles. Brother, help us.
Hmm.
Do not leave the facility. And then so there are reports coming out that because of the short week, they only had like 2 or 3 hours of sleep on Monday night, Tuesday night, because they're trying to get prepared for the game on Thursday. Yeah. How about you do that every week? How about you stop seeing your family and your friends and you just live in the facility? Chuck Pagano, God may re- yeah, he passed away, right? Yeah. God may
Check
rest
what
his
you want.
soul. Yeah. He had cancer. He was the head coach for the Colts for a while. They
Yes.
when he was so often in the facility for the Colts that when he went into his cancer treatments, they left his light on in his office to and signify you're gonna be coming back and to turn it off when you're done
Hmm.
with cancer. Hey Kev, Petula, how about that light stays on a little bit longer for our team? We need some
Hmm.
more out of you. Take a page out of Coach Pagano's book.
A deeper commitment from the offensive play caller.
We
Yeah.
need it.
Yeah. I think also like the one thing I noticed about the Denver defense, they dialed up the blitz like at the right times. So
Hmm.
that's something that, picking up the blitz could be something that your guy Patullo could maybe think about something going forward to help protect Jalen a little better.
Hmm.
Just
And
something to
even and even with doing that, man, like we still had a chance at the end of the game. And you know what I want to touch on? Jalen Hurts. Y'all always want to sit up here and tell me he can't throw, he can't do this. Guess what? He put up 280 with multiple throwing touchdowns, and we lost. We lost. You know what I would rather have had? You know what every other Eagles fan would have rather have had? 100 yards, no touchdown throwing, and won the game.
right.
Because it never was about the stats. Because now we got folks on TV talking the Eagles are frauds. They're not good. The division, the NFC runs through Detroit, or excuse me, it runs through Tampa and Detroit. Eagles are the second best team in the NFC East, all because we lost one game.
Second best in the NFC East.
Folks got the Commanders ahead of them.
That's crazy.
Crazy work, crazy work. But that's what y'all do. That like we know that. Us Birds fans know that this is what
Yeah.
y'all do, and so we have not cared since probably the meltdown in 2023.
Hmm.
We haven't cared since then. And that's why you saw the parade and the overwhelming love from Philly last year with the Super Bowl win. But that was last year. We're focusing on this year and what's going on right now. I need to see more attention to detail. Zach Bond, late in the game, we get the fourth down stop that we needed, late hit. That call could have gone both ways, 100%.
Hmm.
Zach, you just can't do it, man. Attention to detail. Quinion, you're too good of an athlete. You're too good of a technician to be allowing Cortland Sutton to be routing you up like that. Can't happen.
Hmm.
Lane Johnson, if you're hurt, buddy, hey, salute to you. Appreciate you for all the years of service, what you're doing to us. Done for us. Shut it down, man. Give us a week off, maybe 2 weeks off. Get healthy. We're gonna need you for the long run.
Hmm.
That goes for the rest of the offensive line, honestly. Cam Jurgens, Landon Dickerson is nicked up right now. We got folks out there on the field, players that are giving their all, but coaches not putting them in the position to succeed. And that just to me is unacceptable.
Hmm.
It's unacceptable. But like I said, would rather get smacked at the mouth at home, week 5,
Early in the season.
than exactly. And the thing is, folks were looking at our record before the season started, and they were saying potentially through week 4. I know this is week 5, but through week 4 that we'd be 1-3, 2-2.
That's
We're four
crazy.
and one, man. We're 4-1. We're all right. We're all right. We got a little tune-up game coming here Thursday night. This is like when Alabama plays like middle Tennessee State.
Hmm.
Tune-up game. They're paying us. They're paying us to play this game.
Right.
We, like I mentioned last pod, we finally getting the Kobe Dean back this week.
Oh, this is the week he comes back.
Yep. Not happy that he has to play on Met Death
Right.
Stadium
At death.
turf. I have to start calling it that. That's kind of smooth.
I like that.
Met Death Stadium. But just happy to have him back. I think he's going to bring some juice, much needed juice to the defense. He was our vocal leader last year. We've I wouldn't say we've been missing it because we've been winning games. And Zach Bond has been putting on a
Yeah.
clinic at the linebacker position. But having that vocal leader goes a long way. As
Yeah.
my ex high school vocal leader, I take that very seriously.
That's right. That's right.
Um,
It's definitely a void that has been in the defense, but he'll fit in super well and give a boost, especially when
Absolutely.
you guys need it. So
Especially to his Georgia teammates as well. When Jalen Carter isn't giving his 100%, when Jordan Davis maybe leads a pat on the backside, he's going to be able to get them boys back going right. And I'm excited to see what he can do. I'm excited to see what these Giants are about too.
hmm
I'm excited to see Jackson Dart on primetime TV. I'm excited to see Cam Scatterbo see what he can do. They got some hungry young fellas over there.
that's right.
And it sucks that Malik Neighbors got hurt because I would like to see Quinion go up against him. There's gonna be years for that battle to happen, but
Right.
I'm excited to see what them boys got because for so long it's just been the Eagles and the Cowboys. The Commanders are on the rise now after their performance last year, but I'm
Hmm.
excited to see the Giants come back into the fold of making this division back to the NFC beast, not the NFC least.
That's right.
So we'll see, man.
Yeah, exciting team coming up in the Giants. I
Yeah,
enjoy
young,
watching their game.
young team, and it's always nice that Jackson Hurt. Jackson Dart, I called him that not on purpose, but funny enough, he
Yeah,
did say
baby.
that he models his game after Jalen Hurts, and really looked up to and thinks that they have a lot of similarities in their game. So
That's pretty cool.
yeah, man. Hey, you big up my quarterback. I'll see what you got. I won't knock you. I'll see what you got. Yeah, man. Like get the ship turned back around. Go to 5-1. On to the next one. Let's see what
On to
we
the
can do.
next one.
Let's see what we can do.
That sounds pretty good. Remind me when your guys' bye is. Do you know off the top of your head?
Week 9, I
Week
believe.
nine. So
So
it's
we
not
have
too
a
far.
little bit of a later buy. Yeah.
Cool.
Um.
Just to have in the back of my head.
Yeah. Honestly might be before.
Right before we play.
It's not. We have another short week, so we got you go from Cowboys to playing you. So we have Cowboys the Sunday before the 23rd,
And then that
midday
Friday.
game, and then that Friday game. Yeah, another short week. Um. But then we'll have an extended kind of mini bye week before we play the Chargers on December 8th. But yeah,
Ooh. Oh well, I was gonna ask if they were playing that here in LA, but December 8th is a big weekend. So never mind.
it'll be a little busy.
That's right.
And thank God it's a night game because I will be on a flight. So hopefully,
Oh, nice. You'll be there through Monday also?
no, we're flying out Sunday
Okay.
to um Europe.
Ah, honeymoon talk. That's
Yeah.
cool.
I will be flying to Europe. And so I was actually trying to think, how will that work? Because I think once you leave like the United States, you don't get the television. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Be able to watch the game. Gotta
There's
watch it.
always a way.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
That's right.
Where there's a wild bill, there's a way. I know
Always.
that. I know that for a
Correct.
damn fact.
Saying that
Um,
for like 15 years.
but Now let's move into some other games. Hey, let's rip out. Let's talk about because the Bucks are leading so far right now, and they have the throwback uni game. Let's talk about
Mhm.
that first, then we can hop into some of these other games.
Dude, what a great game that was. I mean, it had everything. It had big long touchdowns. It had, the ultimately it was two great quarterbacks playing a good game, and it came down to who made a mistake at the end. So Sam
Hmm.
Darnold throwing the interception, that was what cost him the game. I mean, it's exactly everything that you want out of the afternoon game. I do believe it was the Tom Brady call, and it was the right game to have that broadcasting. I don't really believe in like the first string like Fox broadcasters. It's I mean Tom Brady's not that great on the mic, I don't think, but to put the spotlight on this game was absolutely correct. I know Seattle as a city was buzzing because they had the playoff game going on almost at the same time.
Oh wow.
So just knowing that was the atmosphere around there, having seen those colors on the screen, the score bug had the throwback logos
Hmm.
on it too.
Hmm.
Just great vibes. Great vibes over on a great vibe weekend for somebody who didn't have to watch their own team. Um,
I saw someone say about like the jerseys, the throwback, all the stuff, and they were like, NFL, here, you guys want to watch your throwback jerseys? You guys like it? And the fans are like, oh yeah, hell yeah, we love this, we love this. All right, here's our alternate new age jerseys. You'll never see those throwbacks ever again. And
mhm.
it's just like you're giving us a product that obviously works and fans obviously love, but then immediately take it away. Don't understand that.
You'll have nothing and you'll like it.
Yeah, I at this point we don't really need new jerseys. Go back to the throwback ones. Like they're
Right.
still going to make money because there's new players wearing those throwbacks. I don't get it. But yeah, man, speaking actually about the game, not so much the colors, man, Emmanuel Ibuka out of
Mhm.
Ohio State is a baller, man. He'll probably win
Dude,
offensive rookie of the year.
definitely.
He's but looks like a seasoned vet.
Hmm.
Now, to speak about those two quarterbacks, man, Sam Darnold and Baker, what a time. What like throwaway, no one cared for him for them to come back and find new homes and just be balling. I love that for the league because for so
Hmm.
long we've allowed the Tinderification of the league to
I
happen,
like
where
that.
it's just swipe left, swipe right, right on quarterbacks, not ever giving people a chance, man, not letting people grow and develop, right? I
Right.
needed that. When I was in high school, I was a POS. Wasn't the greatest boyfriend. My high school girlfriend at the time let me grow. We still broke up, but she gave me time to become a man.
Right.
Right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you just don't get that right now with the league with these quarterbacks. It's 1 year, 2 years, discard them.
Hmm.
They don't let you sit behind a professional, a veteran, to learn the ways of the league.
Right.
The quarterbacks that we see right now, there's only a few that I want to say that started off rip. But for the most, I think we've honestly had this conversation on this podcast before. But to see these high picks in Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold find new homes and to succeed, I love that. Now, obviously, we always have a kind of like a mini rivalry now with the Bucks, so need to see them lose just so that we can keep our foothold on the number one seed for the NFC.
Right.
But personally, with who Baker is and his fire and tenacity for the game, that's a modern day Brett Favre right there, man.
Yeah,
And
he's
I'm
easy to
happy to
root
see
for.
it. Yeah, easy to root for. So that's my 2 cents on that game.
And I feel the same way about Sam Darnold. USC guy, Southern California dude. I'm
Hmm.
not from here, but I've been out here for a while, so I got a soft spot for a lot of those dudes that come out of, around here. We got Bryce Young, we got CJ Stroud. They're all from over here, so I kind of root for
Hmm.
them. I know the areas where they're all from. It's cool to see like the 2022 Carolina Panthers quarterback room really come out.
Flourish when
Yeah.
Baker had his hand in the dirt on practice squad
Hmm.
doing
That's
defensive end
crazy.
drills.
That's
Like
insane.
They're saying I was watching TV this morning. They're saying that Baker's going to potentially he's in the lead right now for the MVP. Carolina had that man playing DN on the scout team. What are we talking about?
You know, they had me playing cornerback in the scout team once. You remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that. And you know what? We didn't complete many passes that day.
Nope.
So what are we
I
talking about now?
I had you locked up. I had Cam Wilcox on the ground.
Blaze was in a tizzy, didn't know which way to look.
You never know what you're gonna get out of Wild Bill.
um, another good game that was on that I'm really happy to see is the Pats Bills, man. That 23-20 thriller with
Hmm.
and also I love that for Stephon Diggs. Another kind of comeback story. Um, you're struggling with coming off an ACL injury, man. And
Hmm.
what's he go out there and do? I think let me look at the stat line, but I think he had 100 yards.
It was
Um,
insane. And not just the yards, it was the completion during like the third downs, the conversions.
Absolutely, the meaningful stats, not
Hmm.
just stats, meaningful,
Right.
moving the chains, getting his quarterback out of bad positions when Drake May holding one guy off and gets rid of it on a third down for a
Hmm.
first down. 10 receptions for 146 yards,
Yep.
14.6 average.
Incredible.
Salute, Stephon. That's how you be a number one receiver for a young quarterback.
Right.
That's what it looks like to be a go-to receiver when the lights are the brightest. Everyone's watching. How do you show up? And now we're looking at the last 2 weeks, over 100 yards. September 28th versus the Panthers, 6 receptions for 101. Then October 5th, like I mentioned, 10 receptions for 146. Man, guy's balling right now. Has not seen the end zone yet, but hey, you are moving the chains for that Patriots team.
Hmm.
Salute to you, brother. Salute to you.
I never thought I would look at a New England Patriots team and be like, you know what? All right. You know, after like
Same.
the years that they've had.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're putting all the elements together. This young quarterback, this Drake
Hmm.
May, he's looking good. He's developing super well. Hate to admit it, being in the same class as Caleb Williams, but it's true. You know, we can put all that off to the side. No hate. He's looking good. Um, I've always been rooting for Ramondre Stevenson. He's been on the same CD track as me. He's always been on my fantasy team.
Hmm.
So easy guy to root for. He's had the issues with the fumbles, but getting over that, he's got two touchdowns this past game, and I'm hoping that he builds off of that
Hmm.
because I think the guy they tried to replace him with got hurt, so he'll be right back to where he was as running back one. And then I think this is the first game they played with Christian Gonzalez, who's a hell of a defensive player.
Hell yeah.
Um, I like the identity that Mike Vrabel has, you know, ex-Patriot, um, big presence, big guy on the sideline.
Hmm.
And that was a good team that they played up against. I mean, this got the 72 Dolphins to pop the champagne. No, there's not going to be any undefeated teams. That was the last one. Both the Bills and Birds unfortunately fell today. Um, I mean, it's everything you wanted out of a Sunday night game. I mean, well, what a great Sunday it was for most people. I'm sorry, Peyton. I was rooting for you, but great ending to the Sunday that we had. Well, I should just stop. I should just stop. I'm sorry. It
It
was a good
makes
game.
it what makes it worse is that there was and this is what happens every time, man, when the Eagles play. People don't text me. People don't say anything. They mind their freaking business. And then at the end of the game, if we lose, they got something to say. If you really believed in your squad, you would have been texting me all game.
Throughout the game.
You're Fugazi. How Angel Reese did it. You're Fugazi. Not you, Wild Bill. I would never say that about you. The rest of y'all are Fugazi. Do not text me at the end. Don't call me at the end of the game. If you meant it, like Michael Jordan said, or the real test of a man is if he's willing to talk shit when you're losing or the scores even Stevens.
Hmm.
Tied up, baby. That's the real test of a man or a woman. You phony ass frauds texting me and calling me after the game. Devin Flowers, D-Flow. Talking to you. Talking to you right now, big dog. Call people out. That's what I need to start doing. Call these folks out. He knows. I sent him the message. I'll make sure the fans at home also know. Devin Flowers, fraud. Hey, happy you had a healthy kid, though. Proud of you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Yeah, it's a little overdue, but congratulations.
This is our angle for the podcast. This is how we blow up. We call people out.
Make our friends watch it.
That's right. We'll send them the clip.
Um, moving forward, happy to see for Victoria. And the Saints 26-14 win over the Giants. That helps the Eagles in the NFC East, even though no one was really worrying about the Giants. Also, I do want to get into the trade that just happened with Joe Flacco, but we'll get to that in a second.
That's right.
Yeah, that Saints game, man. I have what is his name? Number 22. I
Rashid
have him
Shaheed,
on Rashid Shaheed. Thank you.
one
I
of the
have him
best
on my
names in the
team.
NFL.
Yeah, him and Rashid Rice. I love both those names. And then I always mix them up. But that huge touchdown ball that Spencer Rattler threw up to him, needed that for the fantasy points. Appreciate your bravos. That man's a burner, and to do it at home in front of your Saints fans. Victoria's parents were in the crowd.
Nice.
They were happy. Her the mother of Victoria's godchild, so Victoria's best friend, was also in attendance, and that was actually her kid's first Saints game. So got to go home with a W.
The dub.
They might be
Nice.
good. They might be good luck charms for the Saints. So we'll see if those kids show up for the next week 6 of football. Um, hmm.
Yeah, I got
We
nothing.
we you had a note here.
Yeah, shout out to the Giant scouting department, no matter what. Got Cam Scadaboo, looked like a beast. Did have that unfortunate fumble, but that's something that can be fixed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, you guys are developing a great team out there,
Yep.
and if you need an extra analyst, give me a holler.
Literally. I would trade in my colors. I would trade in my colors.
I would,
And
I would, I'd move across the country. I would leave the place that I've been wanting to
would
live
you
my
actually?
entire life. Maybe it's highly likely.
If they paid you,
Yes,
no, I'm not even gonna give you a big number. If they
maybe
gave you
yes.
six, if they paid you $61,000 a year, would you take it?
Yeah, yeah.
You're living in Jersey with 61,000
What's the cost of
or New
living in
York.
Jersey?
I mean, I don't think you can afford to live in either spot comfortably with off 61,000.
I can't
New York,
live.
New
I
York
can't
is very
afford.
expensive.
Can't afford California that well either. So
You make it work.
I would make it work. And Trader Joe's is super easy to transfer.
Is it really?
Yes, that's been made very clear to me.
Why is that? Because she's transferred
Uh,
everywhere.
yeah, she's transferred to. This is the third location she's been in. Um, and just keeping our options open.
Yeah, man.
I love it down here. I have no intention on leaving, but if the New York Football Giants give a call,
You will go. How does that work? How does that work? Um, actually, I don't want to get into that right now. Let's move on. Let's speak more about football.
that's right.
Um,
There
so
we'll
yeah,
talk
happy for the
about a different
Saints.
day.
Absolutely. Um, ba 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 ba. Is there another game you wanted to touch on in the Ravens Houston,
I
or
don't have.
we can get to the Joe Flacco news.
There is that news. There's another former quarterback news that I'd love to touch on also and get your opinion.
Cool.
But Joe Flacco moving from the Cleveland Browns to the Cincinnati Bengals,
Mm-hmm.
the Trans Ohio transfer. It's going down to Cincinnati, the San Diego of the Midwest, as it's known.
Mm-hmm. Down the turnpike, baby. Um, I love this. Took a fifth and a sixth. Got that boy up out of there. He wasn't playing. Also, I love it for Shador as well.
I like it
Doesn't
too.
allow doesn't allow the Browns to go back to Joe later in the season,
Mhm.
which they might have. It allows Shador now to be perfectly positioned for if Dylan Gabriel does not look well. Love that for black people. Love that for Shador. I do not like Deion Sanders. I think he is a piece of shit. I hope he survives what he's going on with his stroke and his foot and all that. But Deion, I still don't like you from eighth grade and you being mean to my football team after we beat you guys. So I will never forget that. Um, if you guys want to look it up, it's on YouTube. Naperville Patriots versus Deion Sanders, Texas Select Truth Select team. All the information will be there. But yeah,
Gotta be honest, I did not know about this.
you didn't know about this?
I did not.
So in eighth grade, as you can tell, I hold grudges for the folks at home. Um, I gatekeep and I hold grudges. Those are my two flaws, and I know them. And I'm okay with them. Um, Sixth, seventh, and eighth grade, never lost a game.
Hmm.
Went 3 years in a row undefeated, as well as won three national championships with our team. Mikey Dudek, Dr. Fusco, Beezer, all those boys. And then after our eighth grade championship in December, we were invited to play because we had won all those games. We were invited to play in March against in Florida against Deion Sanders and the All Texas Select Truth. His team, like Little League team name was the Truth Team. I don't remember like their mascot or whatever, but it was Truth.
Hmm.
And they were all Texas Select team of the best players around Texas. And coaching staff was all ex NFL guys. T.O.'s team was there and they played Snoop Dogg's team. Shout out to Will I Am. He was there flirting with my mom. Shout
Nice.
out to who else was there? Ricky Rose was there,
Oh,
as
that's
well
cool.
as as well as DJ Khaled was there.
Nice.
Beezer still has a picture with DJ Khaled, yeah. So a lot of very, very famous individuals. But we beat Dion's team on the last play of the game. And prior to that, all week he went into like ESPN was promoting the game, all this stuff, and he was saying mispronouncing Illinois, calling we're not punting to them boys from Illinois, like just giving us shit on TV. It's like none of us are famous, none of us are gonna be able to say anything like back to you. And he's just talking hella shit. We end up beating them. They had the ball. It was fourth and like 10 from the 10. And they did a pitch play. We knocked him out of bounds. They're starting running back, which he ended up going to Nebraska. He was nuts and started there um, after high school. But um, we knocked him out of bounds on the one. Game over. No time. It literally was the last play. There was 1 second on the clock. They ran a pitch play to him, and we knocked him out of bounds and won the game. Um, and Deion refused to shake anyone's hands, didn't sign any merch, didn't sign any jerseys, nothing. Just a total no class type of guy. Obviously, it shows his competitive nature and what it takes to get to the league to be a Hall of Famer. And for that, I respect him on the field
Hmm.
between the whites when he's playing. But in terms of him coaching, nah,
That
nah,
sucks.
not for me. Yeah, but I root for his kids. Shador's cool. I'm rooting for
Hmm.
him. Um, I hope Shiloh gets a chance with another team. I know he didn't make the Bucks roster, but yeah, man, it's a crazy story, and that's why like I don't understand why like if you're a douche like old like high school or like I'm talking about middle school football, but like if you're a douche and like you're one of those people that like relive your high school glory, like you're a loser. Like let's make that abundantly clear, you're a loser.
Yeah.
But like if you did like something pretty cool there's nothing no wrong with you talking about that every once in a while. Like I'm okay with that. Like he will make art when they were young. I didn't. He's never allowed to talk about it again because they did it when they were a kid. Like I don't get it.
Hmm.
Like if you did something cool or memorable, like I would love to hear about it. And that's just who I am. Um, but yes, back on topic for the NFL. Um,
Good for
it's
Shador.
so cool. Yes, good for Shador, good for the league. Good to see potentially T Higgins um and why am I forgetting Joey
Jamar.
Chase, Jamar Chase be able to get a real gunslinger and the big guy. So we'll see. We'll
Hmm.
see what he can do. And then what was the other quarterback news you wanted to share?
NFL Fox analyst Mark Sanchez arrested after being stabbed. What a story this was on
Hope,
Saturday.
hope everyone's involved is okay. I'm praying for everyone involved.
I think everybody's going to make a speedy recovery. So now that we have that established, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
This man was under the influence running wind sprints in an alley.
Was he really?
Yes, when a DoorDash driver threw on his hazards to deliver food, and Mark Sanchez took exception to this, started beating the crap out of him. And in self-defense, this man stabbed Mark Sanchez.
Stabbed the shit out of him. Why
Um,
was he running wind sprints?
that remains to be seen.
Was he racing somebody, or is he just trying to like get over being drunk?
I believe he was by himself. Who knows what else was came into play? Not accusing anyone of anything,
Yeah,
other than this is insane. This
this
is a
story
crazy,
does sound nuts. I'm not gonna lie.
and the fact that it happened in Indianapolis, the most wide open place that you can be in, the most you can't really escape out from anybody's sight because if you're out on the street, you're the only person on the street. It's Indianapolis. Dude, imagine getting arrested while you're recovering from a stab wound in the hospital in Indianapolis, also.
Locking you up, boy. And the thing is, you're Indiana's where the KKK started, so his Mexican ass, I don't know what he's thinking.
Mm.
They will lock him up and keep it pushing.
This is a perfect
Oh,
example to be made out of by the Indianapolis PD. So you got to have some awareness, my guy. In a few years, you got to have more awareness.
you think he still hasn't had any awareness, even going back to his playing days. So you think you
I
think
mean,
he's
he's
feeling
out
kind
of
of stupid?
Fox. He's
Is
out
he
of
really
Fox. He
already?
has to be. I don't know if they've made like a statement or anything, but
I don't think they
sure
have.
they're gathering the facts. And how can you go back to having this guy in the booth? People have gotten fired for less.
Yeah, that's Marky Mark.
Like I was saying, a fellow Southern Californian out of Mission Viejo High School. No, dude, it says, how do you do that to a 69-year-old man?
I think he's going to be paying a crazy undisclosed amount of money to get this to go away.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to that old man you hit the lotto. You got to stab somebody, defend yourself, and still probably get paid. So
Somehow a crazier thing than the butt fumble.
I think this might be even.
You think it's going neck and neck with the butt
This might
fumble?
be not dog. The butt fumble. People were talking about that. People still talk about that.
We are still talking about it.
See, they got us. He's gotten us. He's got viral moments, man. One thing about Marky Mark, he's gonna have some viral moments.
You're right. You're right.
Hey,
It's,
what did Kardashian say or Jenner say? All publicity is good publicity.
that's right. And that's the master of turning what should be bad publicity into a whole empire.
Put my
So
thing down, flip it and reverse it. Shout out Missy Elliott. And on that note, folks at home watching, I have no words left for the last of many words
th-
podcast.
those are the final words. Missy Elliott and Chris Jenner.
This is a little bit more off topic of a pod. This is what happens when one team is on a bye week and another team drops an L. So
That's right.
not much to say.
And we're both in a bad spot for our baseball teams, but that's for another whole nother thing. Whole nother
Uh,
sport.
ho- hopefully, God, we win this game. Otherwise, I might have to pull a Mark Sanchez. I don't know. We'll see. Be wearing rinse prints in the parking lot, not the other part,
Yeah,
of course.
don't stab an old man.
Yeah, we'll never do that.
All right. Well, Peyton, thanks for joining me. I know you got places to be. I appreciate you being consistent with me on this journey.
Of course,
Uh,
brother.
Thanks to everybody that tunes in to our YouTube. We're up on Spotify now. Also, we're posting shorts on Instagram, Twitter, not X. I'm never gonna call it that. Uh,
Nope.
but yeah, just want to say I appreciate all of you,
Mhm.
and let us know if you want to hear anything else, and we'll work on it. So Peyton, thank you. I love you.
Love you, brother.
We'll talk again soon. Once again, I'm sure nothing crazy happened during Peyton and I's time talking about the NFL. Good week. I'm sure the Birds will bounce right back Thursday night. And I am sure the Chicago Bears will be victorious the next time we meet up. kind of cool how the podcast bookends the NFL week coming up. So, I could have told you that the Cubs would be in this hole back in like April. And I could have told you again that this was going to happen at the deadline in July. Having known that Justin Steele was going to be out for the entire season, there was a whole like 6 month period where you could have done something about it. Jed Hoyer, just everybody in the front office, and we're in the spot where you throw out Matthew Boyd on short rest and he gets rocked, doesn't get out of the first inning. Shota Imanaga, through all the pressure that he's gone through this entire season, has done nothing but give up home runs the last 10, 15 starts that he's had. Whatever it is, whatever that statistic is. And that's not something that I am very surprised to see in the first couple of games. We had some decent performances coming out of the series and against the Padres. You really hope to see Jameson Taillon come up big once again in Game 3 later on today. I'm recording this Wednesday morning before the game. Hoping for the best but expecting the worst. The Milwaukee Brewers, call it what it is, whatever it might be, are just hitting the crap out of the ball right now. They're seeing the ball better than anyone else. They're getting hits and timely at-bats. They're coming through when they have to. And even if I believe that they are not nearly as good of a team as the Cubs are on like an individual basis, they're playing as a complete unit, and that sucks. That really sucks. The state of Wisconsin doesn't need that. I'm pretty butthurt about it. I hate that team. And I hate those fans. And I hate the city. But we got to look ourselves in the mirror and say this is the team that we've thrown out this year. This is who we put full faith in. Only having like 2 full-on starters. I know Colin Ray was originally supposed to be a bullpen arm, and he's stepped up in a pretty major way. He got through a lot of Game 2. We relied pretty heavily on him to get us through that game. I'm in a bad spot. It's been, 13 straight games of only scoring 3 runs or less for the Cubs in the postseason. That sucks. That might be like the new curse that we have going on for our team. I remember the last game that they scored more than 3 runs. I was still in college. It's 2017. Game 5 of the NLDS against Washington. That was a crazy game, and we have yet to see any crazy games like that since. And if you would have told me then that this would be the end of it for 8+ years, I wouldn't have believed you. Having thought like we're just a year removed from winning a World Series, this core is still young. It's unbelievable. Tough spot to be in, especially after a long season of. I kind of saw this coming, but you kind of would have expected people to step up a little more come October. So it really hurts. Obviously, the series isn't over, technically. I think the team just needs to focus on winning one game at a time, and if it gets back to Milwaukee, I'm sure they'll find a way to cheat out of that one too. So that's all I got on the Cubs. The only other series I've really paid a little bit of attention to is the Phillies and the Dodgers. Disappointing effort out of the Phillies at home. We knew who the Dodgers were and have been and will continue to be for the foreseeable future. They showed up to play. I don't know what's going on with Schwarber, Harper, and Castellanos. They just haven't come up big in the big spots. I know Castellanos hit that 2-run double to almost put him within reach, to get him within a run in Game 2. So, can't really say too much about him, but yeah, I would have thought with the star power that they have, they would have made it at least like a 1-1 series going back to over here to LA. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know their team like that to really be able to dive deep into it. But yeah, things are bad for this podcast and our baseball teams. So send positive vibes, please. Be gentle with me if you see me out in public. And by that, I mean just don't talk about sports. Because it hurts me. So that's all I got. I'm hoping to report back with some not so tragic news next time. It would be cool if they reeled off like 3 straight wins. I don't think that's going to happen. But I also didn't see myself being in the position that I'm in right now, sitting on this couch in LA like 10 years ago. So we'll see what happens. Thanks again to everybody that tunes in. Thanks for listening to our podcast. It's on Spotify, YouTube. We've got an Instagram and Twitter page. So we'll drop the links in the description. Give it a follow. Peyton and I both live tweet during the football games. I'll get on and tweet a little bit during the baseball games also, no matter who continues on throughout the series. And we'll tune in and out of basketball, maybe hockey. We'll see what happens. So thanks again for all my friends, my family. Los quiero mucho. And until next time, it's over.